So in the last episode, we talked about what was going to be done to this truck and kind of gave an overview of the new parts that were purchased. Starting now, I'm going to start pulling it apart. I already took the wheels and tires off because I'm assuming everybody knows how to do that. The first thing I want to do is I want to pull the motor out and transmission because I've heard a lot of rumors that it's really difficult to do. So I want to see just how hard that is. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the cover from the left side of the truck. And I think, yeah, that's all that keeps that on. So, I'm going to get these out of here. And I'm going to be organizing things with solo cups. Probably a better way to do it, but this is what I have, so it's what I'm going to use. I've done this once before because I replaced my servo, like I said. This is the servo I have in here, the HPI 58 MHV. It's metal gear, ball bearing. So far it works really well. We'll see how it holds up in the long term. So let's go ahead and get this servo unmounted. Alright, so that's those screws. Now on this side for the servo, you may see, in here, that's the servo horn back in here, and there's one bolt that needs to be taken out from that servo horn, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. And with that out, it's a little bit of a struggle. Everything's kind of tight in here. It's a lot of stuff in a really small space. And I think HPI did a really good job of packaging, but there's no getting around the fact that it's a lot of stuff in a really small space. So we got the servo out, and we're just going to let that hang for now. Now these wires don't really matter as far as where they're plugged in, so we'll just let those hang. And I know that this piece needs to come off next. This is the roll bar, so to speak. So we'll go ahead and pull that off. Now this should lift off the top. Yes, it does. Now you can see here the captive nuts here and here. I actually like this because you're not screwing directly into plastic in this case, which I think is a really good idea. So some people might not like it, I really do. And then there's an internal brace that also comes out at the same time, which gives us the first good view of the top of the transmission. Now I'm doing this for the first time. I've never taken this truck apart before, and I'm also not really following any instructions. Is that the best idea? I don't know, but we're going to find out. So I do know that on the inside here, these three screws, I need to get some better lighting. 1, 2, 3 need to come out from inside the battery box, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those now. Okay, having some issue with the bottom one. Maybe stripped. Okay, get a little more light going in here so we can actually see what we're doing. And the drill was having trouble with this bottom bolt, and yes, the bottom bolt is stripped. So that's going to be interesting. Let me see if I can get... No. Alright, so none of my easy methods of getting this out are really working, so I'm going to have to try to do an easy out, which in this confined area with that little screw head, I don't know if it's going to work. Well, let's find out. In case you haven't seen these before, this is an easy out. It has a reverse drill on one end, sort of a drill, kind of a countersink, and on the other end it has this serrated reverse thread that goes in and should tighten into the bolt and allow it to come out. So, let's find out. Let's go ahead and take this cover off. It'll give me more room to work in there. I probably should have taken it off to begin with. But I've never done this before, so I'm learning along with you. Okay, so it appears as though we've got these screws holding the cover on, but then we have these screws in the end, one of which is going to be the hinge pin. So let's go ahead and pull one of these ends off and see what we've got. Okay, so using a combination of a cut-off Allen key and a small screwdriver, I was able to remove both of these little things out of here, and now we can pull the hinge part off. I am really not a fan of the way that's designed. I think that I think it could have been done better, but we're at that point. So now we can continue to pull the bottom of this off. So that's a good thing. It's got 5 screws. Put those in the same cup as the rest of the cover. Now we can go back to what we were doing before, which is attempting to get that bolt out. So I'll switch back over to the drilling side of the easy out. Stick it out of the drill as far as I can. And see if we can drill that. Yes, I can get to it now. So you can see that's drilling that head of that bolt out larger, and that's going to allow the threaded portion to get in there and hopefully grab it and pull it out. So we take the bit, switch it from the drill to the screw side, threaded side, and with any luck it will grip and pull that screw out. Here we go. Okay. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the larger bit was able to bite into that screw and pull it out. So, these do come in handy from time to time. Here's the whole set. It's, I don't know what brand it is. It's probably Harbor Freight. I'll remove the offending screw. You can see that that screw is garbage. But I'll go ahead and put it in the same cup. Actually put it in the motor mount cup, so I know where it came from. Pull these other two screws out. They are, of course, different sizes. We'll just deal with that when we put it back together. We need to look at the schematic. And now, from what I know, the motor should be free. And it is. Okay, so it hooks into the front and rear drive shafts. In there, you can see the grub screw for the drive shaft. There's the rear. So taking it out should be fairly easy. Putting it back in may be more difficult. I saw Jang at Ultimate RC was able to do it without taking everything else apart, so we'll see. And we're free. Okay, there it is. First major component completely removed from the truck. See a little bit of shmoo right there. That's probably coming out of the gearbox. Feels pretty good. A little bit of looseness in there. That's the slipper clutch nut. Slipper clutch is in there. We'll be looking at that later as well. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to stop for tonight's episode. Get back on this tomorrow. Took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to get that out. That broken bolt was an issue. But thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to see how this ends up. I'm pretty excited about it. Thanks for watching.